This is HR for Line Manager series with Monday Thompson. Welcome to episode 2 of HR for Line Managers. In this episode, we will focus on one of the most important responsibilities of every line manager, performance management. Performance management is not just an annual appraisal. It is the everyday process of setting expectations, reviewing progress, giving feedback, supporting improvement, and recognizing good work. Many managers make the mistake of waiting until the end of the year before discussing performance. But by then, many issues have already become bigger, harder, and more emotional to resolve. Good performance management happens continuously. It happens in team meetings, one-to-ones, coaching moments, feedback conversations, and day-to-day follow-up. The role of the line manager is to make performance clear, visible, and manageable. Employees should not have to guess what good performance looks like. In this episode, we will look at 6 practical areas: setting expectations, aligning goals, monitoring progress, giving feedback, addressing poor performance, and recognizing strong performance. The first responsibility is setting clear expectations. Performance problems often begin when expectations are unclear, assumed, or poorly communicated. A line manager must explain what needs to be done, why it matters, when it must be done, what standard is required, and how success will be measured. A task is not properly delegated until the employee understands the outcome, the deadline, the quality standard, the available support, and the consequences of delay or poor delivery. For example, saying, "Please complete this report soon," is not clear enough. A better instruction is, "Please complete the weekly performance report by Friday at 12 noon, using the agreed template with accuracy checked before submission." Clear expectations reduce confusion, excuses, and rework. They also help employees take ownership because they know exactly what success requires. The second responsibility is aligning individual goals with team and business objectives. Employees need to understand how their work contributes to the bigger picture. When employees understand the link between their tasks and business performance, they are more likely to see meaning in their work and take their responsibilities seriously. A warehouse operator, production team leader, customer service advisor, HR assistant, or finance officer may all have different tasks, but every role should connect to a larger performance outcome. The line manager must translate business goals into team priorities and team priorities into individual objectives. This is how strategy becomes action. The third responsibility is monitoring progress. Once expectations are set, the manager must follow up. What gets followed up gets taken seriously. Monitoring progress does not mean micromanaging. It means checking whether work is on track, removing barriers, providing support, and identifying risks early. A good manager asks, what progress has been made? What obstacles are affecting delivery? What support is needed? What needs to change before the deadline? Regular check-ins help prevent surprises. They allow the manager and employee to correct issues before they become performance failures. The fourth responsibility is giving feedback. Feedback is one of the most powerful tools a line manager has, but it must be timely, specific, and constructive. Feedback should not be vague. Saying you need to improve is not enough. The employee needs to know what happened, why it matters, what needs to change, and what good looks like. Good feedback focuses on behavior and outcome, not personal attack. The goal is to improve performance, not embarrass the employee. For example, instead of saying "you are careless," a better approach is, "The last report contained several errors, and this affected the accuracy of the team update. Let us review how to check the data before submission." Feedback should also recognize what is working well. Employees need to know when they are meeting expectations, adding value, and demonstrating the right behaviors. The fifth responsibility is addressing poor performance early. One of the biggest mistakes line managers make is ignoring poor performance because the conversation feels uncomfortable. Poor performance rarely improves by being ignored. In many cases, silence sends the wrong message. It can make the employee believe the standard is acceptable. Early intervention is not punishment. It is responsible management. It gives the employee an opportunity to understand the gap, receive support, and improve before the issue becomes formal. Before addressing poor performance, the manager should understand the cause. Is it a skill issue, a knowledge gap, unclear expectations, lack of resources, motivation, behavior, or a personal challenge? Not every performance issue has the same solution. A skill gap may need training. A clarity issue may need better communication. A behavior issue may need direct correction. A well-being issue may require support. This is why line managers must not jump to conclusions. They should ask questions, listen carefully, review evidence, and involve HR when the matter becomes sensitive, repeated, or formal. The sixth responsibility is recognizing strong performance. Performance management is not only about correcting what is wrong. It is also about reinforcing what is right. Recognition does not always have to be financial. Sometimes, timely appreciation, public acknowledgement, development opportunities, or increased responsibility can be powerful motivators. When managers recognize good performance, they encourage employees to repeat the right behaviors. Recognition tells the team what the organization values. A simple sentence can be powerful. "Thank you for handling that customer issue professionally. The way you stayed calm protected the relationship and reflected our values." Now let us look at a practical performance conversation structure that line managers can use. A simple structure is: clarify the issue, explain the impact, listen to the employee, agree actions, and follow up. First, clarify the issue. Be specific about what happened. Avoid general statements such as, "Your performance is poor." Instead, refer to specific examples, dates, outputs, or behaviors. Second, explain the impact. Help the employee understand why the issue matters. Link the performance gap to team results, customer experience, safety, cost, quality, or workload. Third, listen to the employee. There may be information the manager does not know. Listening does not remove accountability, but it helps the manager respond fairly. Fourth, agree actions. Be clear about what needs to improve, what support will be provided, what the deadline is, and how progress will be reviewed. Fifth, follow up. If the manager does not follow up, the conversation loses power. Follow-up shows that performance matters and that improvement is being taken seriously. Documentation is also important. Line managers should keep accurate notes of key performance conversations, agreed actions, support provided, and follow-up dates. Documentation protects fairness and consistency. It helps the manager remember what was agreed and provides evidence if the matter later becomes formal. Line managers should also know when to involve HR. HR should be involved when performance issues are repeated, serious, linked to conduct, connected to health or well-being, or moving toward a formal process. HR supports the process, but the manager still owns the day-to-day performance conversation. HR should not replace the manager's responsibility to lead the team. Let us summarize. Effective performance management requires managers to set clear expectations, align goals, monitor progress, give feedback, address issues early, and recognize strong performance. When managers do these things well, employees know what is expected, performance improves, problems are addressed early, and teams become more accountable. Performance management is not about catching people out. It is about helping people succeed while protecting team standards and business performance. In the next episode, we will focus on employee relations basics for line managers. We will explore how managers can handle early workplace issues fairly, consistently, and professionally. Thank you for watching this episode of HR for Line Managers. If this video was helpful, like, subscribe, and share it with a manager, supervisor, or team leader who wants to become a better people leader. If you found this valuable, subscribe for more insights on leadership, productivity, and career success. Because leadership is not just about achieving results. It's about how you achieve them. Remember, effectiveness isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters. Apply these and watch your life transform. See you in the next video. Monday Thompson is a strategic productivity systems specialist with almost 2 decades of real-world experience helping individuals and organizations move from intention to execution. Here, you'll learn how to build habits, systems, and routines that compound over time, the same principles used to drive sustainable performance in high-impact environments. If you're serious about growth, consistency, and long-term success, you're in the right place. The ones who think they are crazy enough to change the world are the ones who do.